Alright you guys, I wanted to get you up this video here as soon as I could. Absolutely freezing in Northeast Ohio, so I'm doing this one from inside the house. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I feel is important in all industries, whether it's the bourbon community, whether it's motorcycle community, whether it's the tattoo industry, whether it is church, whether it is working at a car dealership, and that's gatekeeping. So no matter what aspect of life that you find yourself in, there's always going to be people that want to gatekeep. They want to keep that area or that pastime or that sport or that hobby. They want to keep it exclusive. They don't want everybody to just be able to do it. And I feel like they're actually offended when people do start showing interest into it because they want it to be something exclusive to them. And they feel like they earned their time there, so they're going to make you feel like you need to earn your time there. So with motorcycles, I've always felt that gatekeeping has done nothing but separate the community. Whether it's the Harley Davidson gatekeepers that say you have to have a Harley Davidson to even ride with us, we won't ride with anybody with a different motorcycle. Whether it's the Honda gatekeepers with the sport bikes that say, oh man, you gotta have a, 1000 RR to be able to ride with us. So in all different aspects of life, you are going to have gatekeepers, and to me, that is extremely detrimental to the industry, to all industries, and to all hobbies. So today, the bourbon that I wanted to talk about is Jim Beam, just regular old Jim Beam. That is my go-to. As you guys can see, I keep it in a decanter. This is my go-to. This is what I always drink. So I just thought it would be fitting that with gatekeeping, we would put this up here with the normal everyday drink that I prefer, but is considered either a middle or a bottom shelf bourbon by most because it is an entry-level bourbon. So that's exactly what I talk about when I start talking about gatekeeping, is that somebody may view a product or something as inferior, so they want you to get to a certain level where until you start drinking Pappy Van Winkles, you're not really drinking bourbons. And to me, that is absolutely wrong. It's backwards. It is pushing people away from the industries. It's not building that sense of camaraderie. It's not building that sense of brotherhood or belonging within a group of individuals. It's actually separating them. And that's not what we need, especially in today's society. So, man, this is going to be kind of hard for me to do because I've been drinking this for so long. So the smell is very warm, very oaky. It's floral. It's lightly floral. It's not something like a bouquet. It's more of like a stroll through a nice garden at around evening time, and you get some of that vapor coming up off of the garden. It's very appealing. It's very light. It's not harsh. It doesn't have a lot of heat. It's not very peppery. It's almost sweet and enticing. Very smooth, very mellow. Almost no burn. So on a burn factor of between 1 and 10, I would give this a 2.5, maybe a 3 depending. Very smooth. You could taste the oak. You could taste a little bit of cinnamon. Slightly sugary, but very smooth. This is something that you could just sip on, whether you drop an ice cube in it or whether you just drink it as it is. Something you could just sip on and enjoy. So getting back into it, I just recently started jujitsu, so I wanted to do something that was going to improve me as a human being, that was going to push me to better myself and to find out more about myself and experiences in life. Once I started getting into that, I noticed that there's a lot of gatekeeping around that as well. So whether you are wearing the newest gi or the newest rash guard, or if you're in a different camp, if you're a wrestler, sorry about the noise in the background. My dogs are just coming back in the house from their morning bathroom break. So if you hear it, that's what you're hearing. But a lot of people will tell you you have to have the best gear, you have to have all this top of the line stuff to even get into the industry. Another one was mountain biking. I was going to get into mountain biking, got told very early on, oh, you need this bike, you need to have these shocks, like everything is changing, you got to spend around $3,000 to get into it. I've never been that type of person. I come in with the bottom line, I get my feet wet, I'm going to buy the lowest tier bike, I'm going to ride it for a year or two, see if I really want to invest this much time and energy. And I feel the same with motorcycles. A lot of people will tell you, you got to jump in the Harley Davidson, you need to start on an electric glide, you need to start on a street glide or a bigger bike, or you're going to want a bigger bike very fast into your motorcycle riding career. And what I've noticed is most people were better off served with a smaller, lower cc motorcycle until they got comfortable on it. The people that I've seen that jumped right into a 800 to 1,000 pound touring motorcycle injured themselves or got hurt or hurt the motorcycles, dropped them, damaged them. And that's not what you want to do. That's going to destroy your confidence. And in fact, most of those people that I have seen in the motorcycle community that jump into the larger size motorcycles stop riding soon into their experience with motorcycles. I've seen people drop out in as short as 6 to 9 months because they just could not control that motorcycle. So for me, coming from a Harley background for most of my career, I always start people off on the Sportster. Lots of people will say you're riding a girl's motorcycle. That's not a good bike. I'll tell you what, if you start on that Sportster and you gain a solid foundation into motorcycle skill and riding, before you know it, a year or 2 or 3 into the game, you're going to get onto a larger size touring motorcycle and you're going to dominate everything around you. You're going to be so much more comfortable. You're going to have a way better experience on that motorcycle. You're going to ease yourself into that transition, into this industry, into this lifestyle, because it is very expensive and it is very time consuming. And you're going to have a way better experience in life starting out that way. You're going to have less regrets. I'll put it this way. The people that I know that jumped right into the industry, grabbed themselves a very heavy, very expensive touring motorcycle, ended up dropping it, lost a bunch of money. They end up never wanting to ride a motorcycle again, and now you lost a bunch of money, a bunch of time, and you lost confidence. Now you don't even want to ride a motorcycle. Whereas before, you may have been more of an adventure touring motorcycle rider. Somebody convinced you to get an electric glide or a street glide, and what you really needed was a Honda Africa Twin. So you need to get out there. You need to experience everything in life. You need to experience both sides of everything, and don't let people gatekeep the community for you. Don't let somebody tell you that you have to have a specific model or make of motorcycle to get into choppers. I'm obsessed with choppers and I love them. I don't ride one because I don't want to wrench on it every single year. I don't want to tear it apart and rebuild it. I ride a newer bike. I like performance-based motorcycles, but I also like the older ones. Don't let somebody fit you into a category. You need to define your own path, and you need to do it the way that you feel comfortable doing it. Don't let somebody talk you into things that you don't need to do. Gatekeeping to me is wrong. It's only a way for people to make themselves feel more validified in what they're doing. They want to feel that they want a sense of ownership in what they're doing because they feel like they put so much time and energy into it. But don't let them discourage you. Don't let them put you down. Find a group of like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with those people. Build yourself up and have a great career riding motorcycles.